Hey guys, it's Brad. Just thought about this and I wanted to make this video. As I mentioned in the other videos, it's been super cold here. It's actually warming up. Today's supposed to be like 60 degrees, 65 degrees, although it's rainy and kind of crummy outside this morning. Pretty wild. When this system moved in last night, the wind started blowing so hard. I was getting ready to go to bed and I hear this like, whoa, whoa. My gutters were like, the back piece of the gutter was like vibrating against the fascia. I'm assuming that's what it was. I mean, that's the only thing that would be vibrating like that. So it was vibrating against the fascia on the side of the house over here because the wind kind of blows from that direction to this direction down our road. And it was like vibrating it was pretty wild. So anyways, I was sitting out here earlier. I've since turned it off, but I highly recommend this if you're building a house or if you want to retrofit a house. This was a recommendation from my buddy who's an electrician, runs a pretty large electrical outfit here in the Atlanta area. And this particular unit is one he recommended and that they install on a lot of clients' houses. And he has a couple of these, actually 3 of these at his own house. So when we built this house, one of the things I wanted to have, per his recommendation, was putting a infrared patio heater out here in addition to the fireplace. So the fireplace really doesn't make that much heat outdoors. Even indoors, a fireplace like this generates a little bit of heat, but most of the heat just goes right up the chimney. So wanted to have some heat outdoors, and these infrared heaters are fantastic for kind of taking the edge off. This particular model we got is from a company called Infratech. It was recommended by my buddy who's an electrician. They install it on a lot of their clients, customers' houses. That's the one they recommend. I bought this model off of eBay, actually. There's an eBay seller that sells these Infratech ones. I think it's the same person that he bought his from. You can get them for a little bit cheaper through this eBay person. I don't know how they get the discounts, but I think it was like $50 less than the other ones. And this model is a 6,000 watt Infratech heater. So it has 2 different elements. You can kind of see them up there. You got 2 different elements, and you can turn either both elements on or just one of the elements on, which is kind of nice. Like this morning, I was sitting out here watching TV, eating breakfast, having my coffee, and it's like 50. When I first got out here this morning, it was like 53 degrees or 54 degrees. It's warmed up now. It's like getting closer to 60. I think it's like 58 degrees right now. But I just wanted to kind of take the edge off, and I'm sitting out here in a t-shirt. So I wanted to take the edge off a little bit. So what I did is just turn on one of the elements, and it was nice and toasty and totally comfortable. And basically this is you got to run a dedicated 30 amp circuit. You're going to want to run a 10-3 wire from your panel. So we put a 10-3 wire in the panel, ran it all the way up here. Well, you run it into this switch box here, and then another leg goes up to the heater. And basically the reason you run a 10-3 is because you got basically 2 different hot leads, and you're going to run I forget how he explained it. You probably better not listen to me how to explain how to hook it up, because he actually had to walk me through how to hook this thing up when I was hooking it up. He actually came and did the switch for me, and then I hooked up this after the fact. But you basically are using the neutral to connect through, and the switch, I don't know, it's complicated. But essentially what happens is I can turn on both elements, or we can turn on one or the other element and have them have one of them on or both of them on. And this thing will do 6,000 watts. So I've been out here when it was like 40 something degrees out here with both elements on and the fireplace on, and I was totally comfortable out here because the infrared heaters warm you up, like warm objects up. So they don't just sort of warm the air, they like warm objects up, which is kind of cool. So I highly recommend one of those. This unit, I think I paid I want to say it was $700. You can get some cheaper ones online, and you can even step down to the, I think they have a 3,000 watt one, which is about $500. So like when you're looking at it from a value perspective, like you can get double the power for not double the price. So that's why I went with the 6,000 watt instead of like a 3,000 watt. So the 3,000 watt is only going to have one element on it versus two. So highly recommend this. Again, this is an Infratech model, the one that we installed out here. And I've used it a few times out here this fall and winter, and it's been fantastic. Like, it's nice to have it. Like I said, when we built the place, we ran a 30 amp 10.3 here to wire it up. And then we have there's a dedicated breaker down on one of our electrical panels for that. And so, yeah, hope that helps somebody. Highly recommend it. Thanks.